Hello, Windows Analysis. We explore the Windows universe, performance, hidden settings, history, hacks, and updates. If you like understanding your system, stay tuned.
All right, let's just jump right in today. We're going to go deep, way down into the guts of your system to talk about something that seems super technical, but you know what? It affects every single one of us. We've all been there, right? You go to format a USB stick or a hard drive, and you get that little drop-down menu, NTFS, exFAT, a couple other weird acronyms we usually just ignore and click OK. But here's the thing. Does that choice really matter? Oh, you bet it does. What if I told you picking the right one could literally change everything? We're talking about the speed of your PC, the compatibility of your files, and even the long-term safety of your most precious photos and documents. That choice matters, big time. Each of those options is a very specific tool for a very specific job, and today we're going to crack that code.
But, before we can pick the right tool, we got to understand what we're even working with. So let's start at square one. What in the world is a file system?
I love this analogy. Think about it. Your hard drive without a file system is just a giant chaotic mess of ones and zeros. It's like a library where all the books have been thrown on the floor in one giant pile. Useless, right? The file system is the master librarian. It's the system that walks into that chaos and gives every single file a name, a specific location on a specific shelf, and a structure so it can be found again. Without it, your computer would be totally lost. So let's talk about the most important scenario of all, the drive where Windows itself lives, your C drive. And on this one, let me be crystal clear. There is no choice. There is no debate. The decision has already been made for you.
And the king of that castle is, without a doubt, NTFS. But why? Why is Windows so completely dependent on this one specific system? Well, it turns out it's about way more than just, keeping track of your files.
NTFS is the top dog for a few huge reasons. We're talking deep, granular security that lets you control exactly who can read, write, or even look at a specific file. It has data encryption and folder compression built right in. But the real killer feature, the one that makes it essential for an operating system, is something called journaling. It's kind of like an airplane's black box. It logs every change before it actually makes it. So if your power goes out mid-save, no problem. The system just checks the log, knows exactly where it was, and recovers without corrupting everything. It's absolutely brilliant.
So you see, NTFS isn't just some file clerk. It is the fortress that guards the security, the stability, and the integrity of your entire Windows experience. And that's why, for your boot drive, it's NTFS. Period. End of story.
Okay, let's shift gears. What about all those other drives we use every single day? The USB sticks, camera cards, and external hard drives we carry around. For these guys, the game totally changes. We're not so worried about system security. We're worried about one thing above all else: compatibility. Will this thing work wherever I plug it in?
And in this arena, you've really got two main fighters. In one corner, there's the old-timer, the grandfather of file systems, FAT32. Its big advantage? It works with pretty much everything, even super old devices. But, and this is a huge but, it has a single, colossal flaw that makes it almost useless today. In the other corner, you have its modern successor, exFAT. It's built for today's world, playing nice with Windows, macOS, Linux, even your PlayStation or Xbox. And here it is, the fatal flaw, the Achilles heel of good old FAT32. 4 gigabytes. That's it. It absolutely, positively cannot handle a single file that's bigger than 4 gigs. Think about that. A 4K video file? A big game install? A disk image? Forget about it. In today's world, that's a complete deal breaker. And this is exactly where exFAT comes in to save the day. You can really think of it as the universal travel adapter for your data. It keeps all that great compatibility but just smashes that 4 gigabyte wall to pieces. It lets you move massive files, whatever you've got, between your PC, your friend's Mac, and your game console without a single hiccup. For any modern portable drive, exFAT is the standard. All right, now we're going to venture into some more serious, professional-grade territory. We're talking about massive archives, file servers, critical backups, the really important stuff. And out here, the biggest threat isn't a sudden power outage. Nope, it's a much quieter and honestly a much scarier enemy.
It's called bit rot, and it is as nasty as it sounds. It's this idea that over years and years, the tiny ones and zeros that make up your files can just flip.
spontaneously, silently. There's no error message, no warning, nothing seems wrong until one day, maybe 10 years from now, you go to open that priceless family photo and it's just gone. A garbled mess. It's a real thing, and NTFS has no built-in way to actively fight it.
To fight this silent data killer, Microsoft built something new from the ground up. Meet ReFS, the Resilient File System. And honestly, the name says it all. Its entire mission, its reason for existing, isn't just to store your files. It's to guarantee that the data you save today will be bit for bit identical 10, 20, even 30 years from now.
So how does it pull off this magic trick? It's pretty genius, actually. First, every piece of data you write gets a unique digital fingerprint called a checksum. Then, RFS acts like a tireless security guard, constantly patrolling your drive and checking those fingerprints to make sure the data still matches. If it ever finds a mismatch, bam, corruption detected. And here's the coolest part. If you have your data mirrored on another disk, RFS automatically finds the healthy copy and instantly repairs the damage, all in the background without you ever knowing there was a problem.
But hold on, ReFS isn't just some boring archival tool. It's starting to show some serious muscle in high-performance situations. It's catching the eye of developers, and yeah, maybe even gamers down the line. In Windows 11, we now have dev drives, which use ReFS to dramatically speed up programming workflows. It's also way faster with virtual machines, and its core design could be a perfect match for tech like DirectStorage, which could mean drastically reduced game load times. The potential is huge.
Whew, okay, that was a whirlwind tour through the world of file systems. So let's bring it all home and boil it down into the ultimate cheat sheet. This is your go-to guide so that the next time you format a drive, you know exactly what to do.
So here's the final breakdown. Simple. Your main Windows system drive, always NTFS. It's mandatory for security and stability. Any portable drive you need to work everywhere, USB sticks, external drives, exFAT is your standard. Only, and I mean only, use FAT32 if you have to connect to some ancient piece of hardware. And finally, for your most critical backups, your photo archives, or for high-speed development work, ReFS is the silent guardian you want on your side.
And we'll end on a little glimpse into the future. In some of the latest test builds of Windows, Microsoft has actually enabled the ability to install the operating system directly onto an ReFS drive. Now, it's still very experimental, but it's a huge step. It really makes you wonder, are we watching the beginning of the end for the long reign of NTFS? I guess only time will tell.
And that's it for today's analysis. If you liked it, subscribe, leave a like and a comment. Enjoy tinkering, and see you in the next Windows analysis video.